Alright guys, welcome back to another Gekishin Squadra video. So we have the new veggie battle rules that we have access to because we are part of the creator program. So let's go ahead and watch this 41-second video, and then we can go ahead and talk about all of the stuff that it was showcasing. But let's just go ahead and start watching. We'll watch it from start to finish at the start, and then we can give our analysis afterwards. Okay, now that we have watched it, let's go ahead and talk about everything that I kind of noticed. First off, the map. I'm wondering if it'll have what I would assume is like a 2v2, not a 2v2, but like a each corner having potentially just two people that are like a part of it. Because why else would each corner have like that little circle? Though it's not active, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just prevents like spawn camps, right? We can see here that there are also vegetables of different sizes that they were talking about as well, and you being able to just get more points depending on the size of the vegetable as well, which is it's very interesting for sure. I'm curious as well because they showed right here, was that TNT that spawned? Was it because of the fact that, let's see, it was, I'm pretty sure. I don't think that was like an item. I was wondering if maybe they had it where like items would be a part of it, but no. It looks like cabbages can sometimes spawn just those little dynamites, and then it'll not only be able to damage just people inside of it, it seems, because you can see there Goku gets blasted back, so it's able to not only damage the crops around it to just break them in order and be able to collect them as well, but it also hurts people who are inside of it. So that's gonna be pretty good for like characters like Vegeta, how we saw here, who are just able to do the AoE, potentially pull people in with the photon bomber into those dynamites, depending on how much damage that does. It could be like a very big game changer, and then just keep it like that as well. On top of it, you are just going to have it where it's just going to be able to clear a lot of those vegetables out too. We can see like it's not just going to be something that is just immediate. You can't just basic attack it for 2 seconds and it just drops it, because you can see the photon bomber was doing small ticks, and then only after a little bit did it eventually like break it. So it's not like a one tap and then the vegetables being popped out, you know. It does seem like each one is probably just gonna have its own HP stat. The only thing I guess, not like I'm concerned about, but the thing I am really curious to see how it is going to work is how much of your points are going to be taken out once the container breaks, right? Because it says the container will break after reaching a certain amount of points, but we can see here those vegetables are still inside of the container too. It's not like, because we can see here that the container itself will just gradually fill up over time, right? So what I'm curious to see is how much points are actually lost from that as well. Also the gold ones are pretty interesting. It kind of looks like Golden Cell Juniors. What a fantastic and awesome mechanic, by the way. Doesn't everyone just love Golden Cell Juniors? Now we're gonna have golden plants. To be fair, these are gonna be like, I'm assuming fixed. If when we go back to the map, does it actually show on it if it's there? No, it probably just has random spawns on those like actual highlighted spots, right? Like the places that just don't have any crops at all. Maybe it's just random in those spots as well. Overall, though, a really interesting mechanic, I would say. And I'm interested to see how the meta is going to be for this specific game mode. I don't think characters like Piccolo are going to do too well when the best characters are just going to probably be AoEs. So units like Goku with the Kamehameha, units like Super Saiyan 3 Goku with the Kamehameha, and the twin like Dragon Strike or whatever it's called, right? Just the bigger the AoE, the better it's going to be for these characters. But I'm interested to see how the meta is going to look, because man, I'm a little excited. I'm not a big fan of the one that we already had, the land grab battle, but this one I am actually kind of excited for, especially because it's unique, you know. Like the other one, it didn't feel like too much difference, you know. It didn't feel like it was unique enough for me to really be able to be excited for it, but this one I definitely am excited for. But let's go ahead and just like swap over to Squadra real quick, and I can talk about which characters I think are gonna just be the best in this, right? All right, so I think Krillin might be decent just because of the fact that he could put mines around the basket that you're collecting all the vegetables in, right? It's funny, I don't think Gohan's gonna be like the best in there. Zamasu's probably going to be pretty decent for just pushing people away, while also just being able to clear pretty easily with his other two abilities that are just going to be massive AoEs. Well, all three of his abilities, the skill 1, skill 2, and skill 4, are just going to be massive. Just massive, right? For just doing, well, honestly, everything. All of it is just really good. But you also have to remember that you're probably going to be wanting to go for kills as well. So he's still slightly undertuned for that role, I suppose. Dude, Boo is just gonna be. I gotta stop saying that. I always get into that thing of just saying the same word over and over again. But I feel like Boo's ability has it where he wants to be near a lot of allies in order to get that healing rate off. It heals more targets at higher skill levels, and then closer allies receive more healing. And all that, but more often than not, you want, yeah, right here, amount of own HP healed increases as more targets are added. So if you have it where you're just being Fat Boo and you're going around healing your team as much as possible, you're doing as much stuff like that, he might be like pretty decent in there. Frieza's probably just gonna be so broken in there, just not only just the minions, but on top of that, the pushback with the Doria, the movement speed with just his third skill, and then his ultimate being up every 45 seconds. You're going to be able to just wave clear after wave clear after wave clear. Super Saiyan 3 Goku, he might just be number one though in there. Having the Kamehameha just be able to destroy everything is going to be crazy. Wait a minute. Let's go back to the video real quick, right? Let me just. Okay, I pulled it up now. Let's just go back to the beginning. Was there like walls that? Okay, there is slight walls, but if you're someone like Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and we have, I guess we'll have to see if the baskets count as walls themselves. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. But if you're like Super Saiyan 3 Goku and you have your team all on like the area over here, you can just stay on the left side and then use your Kamehameha to just demolish everything on this side, even onto the enemy side, right? And just deal constant damage, have it where you're constantly getting those vegetables out. It all just depends on how those points are going to look like per vegetable, right? But either way, we'll go ahead and stop yapping there. Let me know what you guys think of the new mode in Gekishin Squadra. I hope you guys have a great week. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace!